So, Blade Runner 2049 is the long-awaited sequel to the 1982 classic Blade Runner. The original Blade Runner was directed by Ridley Scott. This time, Blade Runner 2049 is directed by Denis Villeneuve, who also directed Arrival, which came out last year, and I thought that movie was outstanding, and I could not wait to see what he did with this movie. So just in case if you guys didn't know, the original Blade Runner is one of my all-time favorite movies. I think it is a classic, and I also think it is a masterpiece. And right there, as you can see, is the original right there. It's actually the final cut, which I own on Blu-ray, and I love the original Blade Runner so much. And going into this movie, I was both excited and a bit concerned, because the original Blade Runner is a all-time classic, and I was a little curious about what they were going to do in 2049. So before I get into my thoughts on what I thought of Blade Runner 2049, keep in mind this review will be spoiler free. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, don't worry. This review will be spoiler free. I'm not going to review any major plot points. I'm not going to reveal what the actual story is, because I want you to go see it and have a fresh mind of what you think is going to be about, because I hate ruining other things for other people. It's extremely disrespectful. So Blade Runner 2049 takes place 30 years after the events of the original film. It focuses on Officer K, who is played by Ryan Gosling, who is one of my favorite actors working today. He comes across a long-buried secret, which I will not reveal because spoiler, and that's when his discovery leads him to tracking down Rick Deckard, who is once again played by Harrison Ford, and they team up to uncover this mystery. Guys, I think it's a bit early in my review to say this, but I have to say it. Guys, I friggin' love this movie. Blade Runner 2049 is one of the best movies I've seen all year. And not only that, I think it surpasses the original. So I'll be careful revealing as little detail as I can. Here are the things that I loved about this movie. The visuals. Oh my gosh. The visuals in this movie were so cool. Watching this movie, I thought I was in this futuristic world. Like, it looks so cool. And while the universe of Blade Runner is really brutal and really intense, it's still really cool to see all this like hologram stuff, and it's so awesome. And the cinematography, oh my god, the cinematography in this movie is beautiful. It's the cinematography is by Roger Deakins, who also did the cinematography for Shawshank Redemption and Skyfall and a few of the Coen Brothers movies. Okay, when the Academy Awards nominate the Oscars for next year, Roger Deakins better win it, because his cinematography in this movie is outstanding, and he better win that Oscar. And the performances in this movie are top notch. Ryan Gosling plays Officer K, and he gives a great performance in this movie. He's serious, he's intense, he's a guy you do not want to mess around with. He's like, I loved his character, and he gave a great performance in it as well. And Ryan Gosling was also in La La Land, which came out last year, and I thought that movie was awesome, and I thought he was great in that movie as well. And Harrison Ford plays Rick Deckard once again in this movie, and what can you say about Harrison Ford? Han Solo, Indiana Jones, Rick Deckard. He gives one of the best performances of his entire career in this movie, because his character is a lot more serious in this movie, and his character is a lot more traumatized in this movie because of what happened in his past, and it's really sad seeing this guy go through all this stuff. So overall, guys, I thought Blade Runner 2049 was excellent. It not only surpassed the original, and it's not only one of the best sequels ever made, but it's one of the best movies of this entire year, period. I'm going to give Blade Runner 2049 an A+. And before I end my video, I will say this about Blade Runner 2049. It will divide a lot of audiences because this movie is not for everyone. Like, for example, when I walked out of the movie when it was over, I heard this one guy come out of it too, and he said, "Oh, that was crap. That was terrible." And a few minutes later, this other guy came out of it, and he was like, "I really enjoyed that." And yeah, this movie's not for everyone, and it's ironic because the original Blade Runner divided a lot of people as well. So that's it for my review of Blade Runner 2049. And I have a question for you guys. If you have seen Blade Runner 2049 already, what do you think of it? Did you think it was better than the original, or did you not think it was quite as good? Whatever you thought of it, just comment below. And if you want to see more of my videos, just be sure to subscribe.